So here's infinity. Did you ever hear of the Arizal? Okay, who was the Arizal? Who said yes? He's a huge Kabbalist. So the way Kabbalah works, just in terms of your grasping who the Arizal was, is when the Torah was given, it was given in a multi-layered way. So if you take, let's say, a mitzvah like don't murder, the outside is don't murder, like don't kill someone who's no threat to you. But there are inner dimensions. So the innermost dimension would be, and what really makes a person's life valuable, what's a soul, takes you much deeper. So this form of learning was passed orally for generations and generations. Why do you think that was the last to be written down? It's the most corruptible. You understand this? So back in the 2nd century, a rabbi called Shimon Bar Yochai, who you may have heard of, wrote a set of books called Zohar. Zohar is really a compendium, it's not one book. But it reads like poetry, so it's very like moving and evocative, but when you ask, so what does this mean? The answer is, I don't know. You know what I mean? This sometimes even happens with secular poetry. Do any of you like poetry?
Yeah.
Do you read Blake?
Yeah.
Okay, so you read like Tiger, Tiger in the night. Okay, you think, wow, so beautiful. What? Yeah. And then you say, but what does it mean? And you say, I don't know, but it's so beautiful. So Zohar is like that. Like, it's great, but you don't know what you're talking about. So here we are. So here we are, like around 1500s. A scholar whose name was Rav Yitzchak Ashkenazi, who became known by his acronym, okay, Adonenu, our master Rav Yitzchak, okay, taught. He opened up the Zohar for his students. So he wrote nothing. All of his works were written by his main student, Rav Chaim Vital. Okay? So once he gave a lecture, he lived in Tzfat for 2 years where he did all of his teaching. Could you imagine who he was that he was able to do this kind of teaching over 2 years? It was just like, and he was young. Okay, so at least my vision of young and your vision of young are not the same, but relatively young. Okay, so after a lecture, Rav Chaim Vital said to him, Rebbe, I could repeat every word you said. But in terms of really understanding infinity, I don't understand it. How many of you here think you understand infinity? Want me to illustrate this to you, how much you don't understand it? Okay, close your eyes. I want you to see 3 balls. You could see 3 balls without counting them or dividing them into 2 groups? Yeah? That's easy? Move it up to 7. Could you see 7 balls without dividing them into 2 groups, like 3 and 4, or counting them? How many of you could do that? Good. Some people could do this, but when you bring it up to 10, nobody could do it. So why am I telling you this? We use words like infinity, and we can't see 10 balls. This is a problem. Okay, so Rav Chaim Vital got it. He said, I don't understand infinity. So the Arizal, who was much younger than he was in his late 30s, said, we're going to Tveria. So his student was much older than he. He took him out to the Kinneret. He was swimming. It takes 6 hours to cross the Kinneret from one side to the other if you do it long, okay? You could also do it wide. But they got somewhere towards the middle, and Rav Chaim said, I can't go further. It's like too much for me. He said, a little further. So, but a little further. He said, I can't. So he said, okay, stop, tread water. Look around you, what do you see? He said, all I see is water. So he says, now you have an experiential grip on infinity. So God is infinite. This includes his traits such as compassion. The question is how to tap into it. So there's a method, and the method is called tshuva. Okay, clear?